There's a lot of cities.
Meeting to order. First item is the adoption of the agenda. Be it resolved that the agenda for the April 7th, 2022 meeting be accepted as presented. Somebody please move that. Councillor Corey, seconder. Councillor McGregor. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the special meeting council be recessed to allow council to hold a public hearing to receive representations from any person who wish to make them in respect to the 2022 financial planning. Somebody move that. Councillor McDonald, seconder. Councillor Hargraves. All in favor? Okay, to start off, we'll have the information passed on by our finance officer.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly go through the public hearing that document that you have on your chair. Just basically, we're going to review the municipal board decision, the impact on the budget, review the 2022 budget, tell you what you get for your tax dollars, mill rates, and next steps. And then big surprises. So starting with the municipal board decision, the municipality prepared 2 local improvement plans for the ice plant renovation. Both bylaws required the preparation of borrowing bylaws. We had public hearings. The borrowing bylaws were sent to the municipal board and approved. How does this impact the budget? For Wawanesa residents, the local improvement plan will be based on portion assessment and will be shown as a special levy on taxes. For rural residents who opted not to prepay, the local improvement will be based on a per parcel rate and will be shown as a special levy on their taxes. Farmland and residential properties with no dwelling units are exempt. The term of the levy is 10 years for the Wawanesa, raising $250,000, and for the rural area, $75,000 for 3 years. Just the 2022 overall budget is $4,201,991.09, which includes a number of capital projects that are funded from reserves. The amount to be raised by taxes is $2,070,115.48. We do have copies of the tax levy bylaw and the financial plan here if anybody wants a copy. Excluding the local improvement programs, that's an increase of $108,779.53, of which increased greater repairs, deductible for insurance, $25,000, and greater rental, $70,000, make up the majority of that. Different categories of expenses. The first one is the general government services. This includes legislative, general administrative, made up of staff, office, legal, audit, assessment, taxation, other general government, which includes elections, conventions, insurance, intergovernmental relations, and grants. The budget for this category is $566,585.66. That's an increase of almost $16,000. Most of this increase is related to election expenses of $8,000, as this is an election year. Slight increases in other line items make up the difference there. Next category is protective services. This includes police, fire, emergency measures, and other protection. The budget for this category is $121,945.60. This is a decrease of just over $9,000. Most of the reduction is in fire services, is in keeping with the last year's actual numbers. Next category is transportation services. This includes roads and streets, staff, equipment repairs, maintenance, equipment insurance, shop and yard operations, and asset management, and road construction and maintenance, gravel crushing, trucking, road maintenance, and reconstruction, sidewalks, ditches, bridges. The budget for this category is $916,293.60. This is an increase of just over $75,000. This increase is directly associated with the cost for greater repairs and leasing, and a $10,000 increase for fuel costs. Environmental health services includes garbage and waste collection, garbage collection and nuisance grounds, and other environmental health, in other words, recycling. The budget for this is $128,900 $950. This is an increase of just under $12,000. The increase is in relation to the agreement terms and in keeping with special services levy. Public health and welfare includes cemeteries, handy transit, and seniors independent services. The budget for this is $26,100, which is an increase of $1,000 compared to last year, and that can be attributed to the grant for the handy van. We are no longer providing in-kind storage. Environmental development services. This includes planning and zoning, community development. The budget is $4,300, a reduction of $2,000, and reflects the 2021 actual numbers. Economic development services includes destruction of pests, weed control, veterinary services, water resources and conservation, tourism, staff appreciation. The budget for this is $37,433.37, an increase of $4,778. The increase is directly related to the increase in rural weed control, $47.50. Recreation and cultural services is the next category. This includes community centers and halls, pools, rinks, and arenas, parks and playgrounds, grants, and museums. The budget is $109,275. This is an increase of $2,071 and is in keeping with the special services levy for recreation and culture. Fiscal services includes transfer to capital and utility. The budget is $1,624,000, a decrease of just over $11,000. This includes capital projects in the amount of $1,337,390, which is primarily being funded by reserves. Lagoon project through utility in the amount of $110,591.46, and $176,000 in debenture funding. Revenues, the other side of the books. This includes taxes added, penalties, licenses, permits, sale of service, sale of goods, trailer park rentals, grazing leases, and return from investment. Municipal operating grants, which include the provincial operating grant and the gas tax, and transfer from reserves. The budget is $2,118,603. This is an increase of just under $94,000. $75,000 of the above is drawing from nominal surplus. Capital budget includes projects or purchases planned for 2022, such as purchase of equipment, completion of the new office building, and road projects. The budget is $1,337,390, which is funded primarily by reserves. Things to note: the cost of the grader went up almost $90,000 from the one purchased in 2020. The purchase of bunker gear, which is included in capital in the amount of $6,000, is from general operating, not from reserves. And the public workshop is not included in the capital budget, but has been included in the 5-year plan for 2023. The utility budget is entirely funded by the utility. Its budget is $316,822.46. This is a decrease of almost $460,000. The budget does not include any capital works, which would require grant funding. That's the numbers in a nutshell. So what do you get for your tax dollars? We came up with a few things. I'll just read through them quickly. Road maintenance and improvements, fire and protective services, insurance liability coverage, snow removal, emergency measures organization, flood services, community halls, centers, rinks, spring culvert opening, drainage, emergency coordinator, soccer fields, baseball fields, veterinary services, 911 emergency services, handy van, grass cutting, ditches, planning and zoning, pools and campground, weed control, signage, library services, that was new last year, waste transfer stations, consultants and legal, school bursaries, hospital grants, recycling, animal control, children and adult programming, street lighting, bylaw enforcement, general grants. I'm sure if we thought about it, we could come up with a few more. So how does that relate to taxes? The mill rate for 2022 are as follows. The general mill rate is 9.518, which is up a little bit from last year. It was 8.750 last year. The mill rate for recreation against agricultural lands is 0.266, up from 0.258 last year. The mill rate for recreation against all other classes is 0.426, up from 0.419 last year. 1.327 is the mill rate against all Wawanesa properties for the lagoon. It was 1.34 last year. The mill rate for the Wawanesa properties for the ice plant is 1.130, and this is the first year for that, so we have no number from last year. Per parcel charges for 2022, per parcel charges are as follows. $50 per parcel for recreation for Wawanesa properties that are residential with no dwelling units. That's the same as last year. $135 per parcel for recreation for all other Wawanesa properties. Again, the same as last year. $25 per parcel for waste and recycling for all residential properties with no dwelling units. No change from last year. $15.59 per parcel for waste recycling for ag properties. It was $14.93 last year. $94.42 per parcel for waste and recycling for all other classes. It was $90.07 last year. $252.25 per parcel for Wawanesa properties for the lagoon. That's no change from last year. $130.57 per parcel for rural fiber optics, same as last year. That's a 3-year levy. $59.91 per parcel for the rural ice plant, and again, first year, so there was nothing last year. In a nutshell, that's it. Where do we go from here? Next steps: conclude the public hearing, adopt the financial plan, and give first reading to the tax levy bylaw. Again, we've got copies of it here if anybody wants to read through it. Upon final approval from the municipal board on the debenture bylaws, we give second and third reading to the tax levy bylaw. Once that's done, we get the information uploaded to the province for printing of the tax bills. Mail the tax bills. Payment is due, same as last year, October 31st. And please note, in-person payment may not be recommended depending on the COVID situation.
All right, thank you. If there's any presentations from people attending, please come forward now.
I'd just like to bring up snow removal. Our ward, we didn't get snow removal this winter. I went months between roads being plowed. Like, what the hell? Are you guys gonna compensate guys like Alan McKenzie, who was using his big snow blower to clear municipal roads so people could get about the municipality?
Well, we'll take that under consideration as to what you're saying. Really, what happened, we have the GPS on the graders that's available to every ratepayer in the municipality to see where the graders have been. This was a tough year with winter. We had a lot of breakdowns with it. It didn't get out every time with the snow, plus with the wind and everything else. There's wind blowing every day. It was very difficult for them. So we have a lot of confidence in our public service, our public works department, and they have done an excellent job just dealing with it as they came along. We had to get private people to do some work because all our machinery is down. So it was taken care of as best as we could this year. We apologize for anything that did happen where we didn't get to it in timely fashions, and that did occur, and we did understand that, and we will do better.
This has been ongoing for years. Like, it takes 7 days minimum for the municipality to clear roads, and that's in past years, and it's progressively getting worse every year. It's like, it's pretty much the only road maintenance is the only service we're really using out in the rural wards.
Well,
And basically, you don't want to maintain the roads and you don't want to plow the snow in the winter time.
as I indicated, you can take a look online. We have made it available so you can see the GPS indicators as to where the graders go on a regular basis, and that's open to you to inspect. And if you see that that's not going to where your land is, please let us know, and we will let our public service or public works department know.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Whereas all representatives in regard to the 2022 financial plan have been dealt with, therefore be it resolved that the public hearing be concluded and council resume its normal order of business. So please move that. Councillor Hargreaves, seconder. Councillor Hatch, all in favor? Okay, general business. Be it resolved that the 2022 financial plan of the Municipality of Oakland-Wawanesa is set out in the form approved by the Minister of Municipal Relations, be adopted, and further that the operating and capital estimates outlined in said plan be incorporated in and form part of the 2022 tax levy bylaw. Please move that. Seconder by Councillor McGregor. Debate. All in favor? Carried. Be resolved that bylaw number 24-2022 to amend bylaw number 13-2021 related to interest rates for ice plant renovations for Wawanesa residents be further amended by adding as clause 2 the following: that the issue of said borrowing provides financing for all costs of works completed under authority of bylaw number 13-2021. Can we please move that? Councillor Hargreaves, seconder. Councillor Corey. Debate. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that bylaw number 24-2022 as amended be read a second time. Sorry, please move that. Councillor McDonald, seconder. Councillor McGregor. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that bylaw number 24-2022 be read a third and final time. Can you please move that? Councillor Soyak, seconder. Councillor Hargreaves. This is a recorded vote. All in favor? Unanimous. Carried. Be resolved that bylaw number 25-2022, being a bylaw to amend bylaw number 15-2021 related to the construction of a new public workshop, be given no further readings. So may please move that. Councillor Hargreaves, seconder. Councillor Hatch. Debate. All in favor? Carried. Okay, be resolved that bylaw number 30-2022, being 2022 tax levy bylaw, be read a first time. Please move that. Councillor McGregor, second. Councillor Corey. There's no discussion on our first reading. All in favor? Carried. Be resolved that the meeting does now adjourn. Please move that. Councillor McDonald, seconder. Councillor Hatch, all in favor?